Sorry. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh and very good evening. My name is FIKHRI bin AZMADI. I am from class J4EM104B, which is group 5B. Okay, today we would like to discuss with you about manufacturing process and technology for washer. But first, I'm going to introduce my teammates with you guys. The number one is FIKHRI bin AZMADI, which is me. Muhammad FAISZAM bin ISNIN. Please put your hand up. Muhammad FAISZAM, put your hand up. Okay, so never mind. Muhammad AKMAL HAZIM bin ABDUL HALIM. Muhammad AKMAL HAZIM, where are you? Okay, and the last one is Muhammad Ikhwan bin ANUAR. Muhammad Ikhwan bin ANUAR. Hi, hi. Okay, next one. Okay, washer. Okay, washer are thin plates of metal or non-metallic material with a hole. Okay, a hole. Okay, a hole. Usually in the middle. In the middle lah. Okay, in the middle. These parts are normally used to relieve friction, prevent leakage, isolate, prevent loosening or distribute pressure of a nut, and isolate bearing or a joint. Okay, type of washer. Actually, there are three different type of the washer, which is according to their construction and application. Which is the first one is plain washer. The second one is spring washer, and the third one is lock washer. Okay, we are going to move to the first one, which is plain washer. Okay, plain washer are used to distribute the load in a larger area. Therefore, they prevent damage to assembled surface. Following types of plain washer are available in the market. There are 5 plain type of plain washer in the market, which is the first one is plain flat washer. The second one, fan the washer. The third one, shoulder washer. The fourth one is sea washer, and the lastly, countersunk washer, I guess. Okay, this is figure for flat washer. Figure 2 is fin the washer. You can see the type. Figure 3 is shoulder washer. Figure 4, sea washer. And the last one is countersunk washer. Okay, next. Spring washer, okay. Spring washer provide energy load to fasteners during vibration or shock. Therefore, it helps in keeping the nut and bolt in tightened condition. Okay, the lastly type of washer is locking washer. Locking washer is a type of spring washer. It prevents fasteners loosening by preventing unscrewing rotation. Lock washers secure fasteners that tend to rotate or lose friction. Okay, production. In Gistin, the compress, we are expert in the design, develop and manufacture any kind of washer. The primary method used to manufacture metallic washer is tapping, and in addition, processing may include many types of heat treating and surface coating. Next one. The standard metal washer made with steel, copper or aluminium, as well as rubber washer for fitting, has a much extended use. But when a special material design or dimension is needed, the options are drastically reduced. For this reason, in Houston the compress, we supply both standard and customized to adapt the product to customers' needs. Okay, next. Okay, these are material for washer. Okay, washer are available in a lot of materials, including but not limited to steel, stainless steel, copper, brass, titanium, and etc. Okay.
Next, I will explain about the control parameters during combination of punching and blanking process. A blanking operation consists in cutting a sheet by subjecting it to shear stress. The shearing process develops between a punch and a die and leads to the total rupture of the sheet. Blanking process is widely used in the manufacturing of small components such as electronic and electrical connector for automotive or telecommunication industry. In this high productivity industry, the components are obtained using high stroke rates. Various experimental studies carried out to find out which parameter influence more. The process is machine used to punch hole into the sheet metal. After the sheet has a hole in it, it has been cursed. Secondly, the piece that has been punched out of the sheet metal is known as the blank. Lastly, the process is designed to maximize efficiency with a little waste as possible. Sheet metal cut into shape using punch. Guillotine used to cut sheet metals in a suitable size. Manually operated or automatic machine will then cut the material to shape and punch hole in it.
Okay, next we will move on to the safety procedures and method in manufacturing process safety. First of all, always wear heavy duty gloves when handling sheet metal. We don't want unwanted thing to happen like a paraffin leak. Next is wear a respirator or dust mask to prevent inhalation of sheet metal dye. Um, Third one is never attempt to carry an oversized piece of sheet metal by yourself. It will hurt our back and injure ourselves. Next, wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water after working with sheet metal, even if you wore gloves. Next is wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from flying debris. And lastly, ensure your power tools work properly before attempting to use them on sheet metal. Next, we will move on to the illustration uh, and selected process. Combination of punching and blanking process washer. Blanking and punching are shearing process in which a punch and die are used to produce part from coil or sheet stock. Blanking produce the outside features of the component while piercing produce internal hole or shape. The whip is created after multiple components have been produced and is considered scrap material. The slugs are produced by piercing internal features are also considered scrap. The term piercing and punching can be used interchangeably. Okay, there are various types of blanking and piercing, such as lensing. It is a piercing operation in which the workpiece is sheared and bent with one strike of a die. Next is perforating. Perforating is a piercing tooling that involves punching a large number of closely spaced holes. Next is notching. Notching is a piercing operation that removes material from the edge of the workpiece. Uh, and the nibbling process cut the contour by producing a series of overlapping splits or knots. Next is shaving process. Shaving process is a finishing operation where a small amount of metal is sheared away from an already blanket part. Uh, For the trimming operation is the last operation performed because it cuts away excess or unwanted irregular features from the walls of drawn sheet. Lastly is fine blanking is a specialized form of blanking where there is no fracture zone from shelling. Next we will move on to the advantage and disadvantage.
Okay, for the advantages and disadvantage, I will explain about the advantage first. First, the excellent dimensional control accuracy and repeatability through a production run. Second, punching and blanking process are quickly processed. Third, the slug produced may be reused or recycled depending on material. Fourth, multiple shape hole or same shape hole can be created fastly. Lastly, it is often the cheapest and most cost-effectively method for medium to high volume of production. For the disadvantage, first, punching and blinking slightly higher tooling costs when compared to traditional punching operation. Second, often needs secondary finishing operation to smooth out burrs along the button edges. Third, fine blanking process is slow process. So as we know, as long as human produce a product, there are advantage and disadvantage. So we're gonna go to possible defects.
Next, I will explain about the possible defect. First is wrinkle. If the wrinkles happen in this process, this could be mean that the wrong process was chosen to manufacture the part process perimeter. Wrinkles occur when the sheet metal stamping process produce compressive strain that push the material together. Wrinkles can be often be solved by stretching or drawing material instead of forming or crushing without any pads. Next is split. Split occurs when strain causes the material to thin beyond the material safe limit. Although sheet metal has work strengthening characteristics that increase the material formability as strain increase, there is a finite limit at which splitting will occur. And the last one is spring back. Spring back defect may occur when an unexpected shape change takes place after forming or stamping is complete. Spring back defects are caused by the elastic region of the given material stress strain curve.
So lastly, for the conclusion, to conclude, punching and blanking process is a very cost-effective process because at the end of the process, we can get excellent dimension control, accuracy, and repeatability through a production run. However, the initial equipment cost may be high, but it's very useful for mass product. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.